meow, 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 meow. Okay. Alright, I'll leave that in because that's the crazy stuff I do, like, on a daily basis to try, see if my mic is live. I got Bandicam, which is a piece of crap. It's a piece of crap I could afford. And unfortunately, instead of auto-detecting, which of 2 microphones, well, I've got 3 technically, that I'm using, it decides to just disable itself, because who needs sound, right? We're going back to the silent era. Anyhow, what was I gonna say? Oh, jeez, what was I gonna say? Yeah, about listening to Loki. I kind of, like, did that before, but, like, sometimes he'll give you, like, a real subtle nudge to do something. And this is probably gonna be a boring example to you guys, but this is what happened for me. The other day, I downloaded Duck Season, I got it. I played it the first day, and I'm like, I'm not even gonna make a video for it, because I'm real self-conscious about my tremors, and they show up in VR, as you've seen if you've watched any of the VR on the channel. And I kept feeling like Loki was kind of like nudging me forward to make a video of it. And I'm like, you know what? Alright, because the channel's pretty much dead. I got nothing to lose. I go on today and there's over 2,000 views, and I'm like, what? Because I know I've watched the footage back, and it's like I had a camera going like this and everything else. And over 2,000 people watched that thing. And I'm like, huh? Okay, I know the game is new. But I'm not a big channel. You guys know I only have like, this is subscriber count, doesn't matter, but I only have like 4,200, something like that. I don't even know. But I'm like, wow, it's like half the people who subscribed to this channel actually showed up. It's a killer ratio, considering I was getting 7 views or less on some of the mature games. And it definitely is a mature game, because some of those endings be pretty dark. And I made another little bit for today, and then I made a final bit for tomorrow, because if you play a game that takes hundreds of hours to complete, you could probably get away with making that into a lot of videos. But this game, if you don't dawdle along and do the mini games and stuff, you can clear it in like 20 minutes. So unless I did all the endings, but I don't know. Anyhow, that's not the point. The point was that I listened to Loki, and I was, rewarded. Now, that does not always happen. There have been plenty of times, like, I feel like he's pushing me forward with that channel. I've just been like, why? And I get that whine in my voice, too, that I know is hyper annoying. But I've been like, why? I have, like, only, like, so many 1,000 subscribers. I am not making anything. If I made currently what I'm making, in another 6 months I'll get another paycheck. Yeah. So like next March or something, I should see a paycheck. And I just, I didn't know why he was pushing me. I'm like, Loki, I miss the boat. And it's not my age, because there are people in their 80s, unless I'm in that unfortunate age where I'm not a cute little kid and I'm not a senior playing games. It's cool and edgy. But, I can't use my age as an excuse. I can't use the tremors as an excuse. It's just the channel never had that hook of, drawing viewers in and keeping them in. And I was like, well, when do I get to walk away from this thing? And so far, Loki's been like, you're not walking away from it today. So I keep going back, even though, as I've told you guys, I can go for weeks and months and not have anything happen. Usually a successful video for me is like a couple hundred views. And to get 2,000 views was mammoth. And to put things in perspective, if you're trying to make a living, you actually want to get a couple million views per month. Yeah, you need to hit that number. But, I can't tell you, like, when it will work. Like, sometimes he's subtly pushing, and it seems like every time he's pushing you on something, especially like I'd given up on the channel ages ago, um, sometimes you'll be wondering why, and you'll wonder if it isn't you talking to yourself and going crazy. Now, this does not mean the channel is going to turn around. I didn't come in today and find 1 million subscribers that, you know, want to hang on to my every word. But it does mean there's some life. Now, unfortunately, there's no pattern to YouTube. I mean, yeah, Dawko and everybody are always telling you, here's the pattern, here's what you have to do. But this time I just lucked out and I stumbled into something. And the funny thing was, I did a bit on FNAF today and people couldn't have cared less on the bit on FNAF. They wanted the duck season. So it was a very strange and surreal day. It was kind of like, I think like people are finally actually done with FNAF. It's not that they're not fans. I think they're just done with it. They're done with, so much has gone on in the last couple years. It feels like we've been doing it for 20 years, so they're just done with it. Unless God's got a game ready to go, they don't want to hear about it. And I don't blame them. You know, it can be frustrating if you become a fan of a series and you're younger and you don't know what us older people went through. And I'm not saying this is a tragedy, where it could take decades between the games. That was just life. And some games never had a sequel. But yeah, sometimes Loki can be pushing you to do stuff. And it's stuff you're not comfortable to do. Now, you know, kind of sit down with yourself at some point and make sure, one, that it's nothing that's harming you, because then that ain't Loki talking to you. And two, it's something that, even though you can't see the light at the end of the tunnel now, maybe perhaps somehow it will help you. You know, with the disabilities, it's not like I have anything better I could do. It's not like I'm going to get a complete and total healing from the gods. Be, you know, physically fit tomorrow, 20/20 vision, and, you know, everything else, and then go out and get a full-time job at Walmart or something. It's just not gonna happen, baby. But with YouTube, I can at least keep trying. It might sound foolish to people that aren't in my position, but it's like that's it. That's all I have at this point. And I am using it as an example, and I'm talking a lot about the games the last couple days because you know, that's my job. That's what I do for a living. If I worked at Walmart, I'd be talking about working with Walmart and these customers and everything else, because I worked retail. I know what it's like. And so, you know, sometimes we just kind of have to let Loki push us. Does this mean that the channel's going to take off? No, of course not. But it does mean I had some success, and that's something to celebrate and be happy about. So tomorrow we're going to do another spread. What we're doing is eating out of the cupboards, shopping at home for groceries. I'm trying to cut back on going out. I really am. In a perfect world, I wouldn't have to cook. It's ironic. I love to cook, but in a perfect world, I wouldn't have to. I'd just be able to, like, go out and get mythically nutritional food. Mythic being the key word here. I made a mistake of watching, binge watching the guy that does crack, that he, not Adam Ruins Everything, but the gentleman on crack, that if blank were honest, he will ruin everything in your life, yo. Everything. It's like he's on the vegan new age agenda. Everything is evil. Everything. And I only know this stuff because I was vegan. It's like, yo, this is karma coming back to kick me in the butt. But yeah, Loki does work in mysterious ways. Of course, if you find yourself, again, if you find yourself in a position and it feels like Loki's pushing you to do something that's financially disastrous or it could harm you emotionally or physically, then it's not Loki. If I heard Loki say, you know what you have to do? Get up at dawn every day and run until you puke. I would know that's not Loki. So, it's like you can exercise and eat moderately if I was like hyper concerned about it. And I do my best. Most of the day, my butt's in this chair editing or playing games or watching other people play games. So, yeah, just kind of let Loki take over and to a point, and kind of let him lead you. It's hard to describe if you haven't been there, but it'll be like something like you're like, oh, I don't want to do this, and you'll feel Loki pushing you, and you probably don't have a really good legitimate reason why you can't do it, and it's not going to harm you in the long term. If that's the case, then go ahead bit by bit, piece by piece, go forward, never to the point where you harm yourself spiritually or emotionally or financially or anything, but, go ahead a little bit by bit, and see where it leads you. I don't know if this will go anywhere, but I was excited. I was like, oh my God, that's like a month's worth of views for me anymore. So yeah, it was pretty epic. It was pretty sweet to come in and see all that love, because these two channels run hot and cold. If that channel's doing well, this channel bombs. If this channel's doing well, I can't get crickets over there. It's like karma or something. So, if you guys like what you see, I know these are kind of long and rambly lately. I think like the medication is finally truly out of my system, even though it's been months. And I'm like longer and ramblier and tireder. So, yeah, if you guys like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.